65 the final. Naquan Tomlin with the big game for the Wildcats, 26 points and 9 rebounds. Elsewhere in the Big 12 tonight, one other game on tap at 8 p.m. Top 25 action, number 8 Tennessee. Minutes remain in that matchup. ACC action sees number 21 Virginia Tech lead Boston College 38-35 midway through the second half. Justin Mutz 14 points so far to lead the Hokies. And elsewhere, number 19 Kentucky leading Florida A&M at home 39-27 Wildcats in Lexington. A minute and a half to go until halftime there inside Rupp Arena. College football, one bowl game scheduled tonight, an 8 p.m. kick in the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. It's Western Kentucky and South Alabama. The Hilltoppers 8-5 this season. The Jaguars a 10-2 record. Outstanding season for South Alabama, already with double-digit wins. Kickoff again in the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl at 8 p.m. Again, it's Texas and Louisiana tonight. Coming up on the Corona pregame show, we get the pregame thoughts of Coach Rodney Terry. That comes your way next. This is Texas Longhorns basketball, and it continues in a moment.
Hey, it's Jan from Toyota, reminding you that Toyotathon is on and here to help make your holidays extra magical. How? Maybe it's driving in a Tacoma in search of the perfect hill to sled down. Or surprising loved ones in a RAV4 hybrid.
You made it!
And seeing their faces light up when you pull up to their home.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 3rd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
The sound of an ice cold Corona is music to my ears. Oh, run that back. Dope. Now drop that beat. And hit me with the hook, player. Hey, whatever you do with your fine life, just do you, player. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Of you that every job matters, no matter what, big or small.
But nobody.
And I sure hope so. I can tell you one thing.
Ms. Vita, being an expert on General Automotive,
early on versus the Rockets, and then from there they take the Rockets out of the game.
That'd be nice.
Right from the tip.
I'm ready for one of those, aren't you?
I'm ready. We haven't really had.
Then we can talk about, Stephen F. Austin and Nacogdoches, Texas, and all kinds of fun stuff in the second half. That's what I'm ready to get into.
Right. It's funny that you mentioned the holidays, and with this Rockets team, after they lost to the Spurs the other night, someone in the postgame press conference asked Kevin Porter Jr. about why the team just seemed a bit off. And I mean, this Rockets team, they're in the middle of a home stand right now.
Yeah, very long one.
There's 7 games, and this is game 5. I think they're game 6. They're 2-3 on the home stand. So it's weird to think maybe if they're traveling around and a lot's going on, the holidays might be on these players' minds and maybe a little bit of a break, or I don't know. But during a home stand, this team seems off. And Kevin Porter Jr. answers a media question about why the team is off, and he mentions the holiday. So what does that mean when you're leading scorers and the biggest pieces of your team is focused on all these outside distractions?
It means you got a young group. It means, props to KPJ for saying what was on everybody's mind.
Right.
But you're right. This is a homestand. This is the 6th of what? 1, 2, 3. I
think it's 7.
6 of a 7-game homestand. They started out with wins over Milwaukee and Phoenix. So boom, they're feeling good about themselves. But they dropped 3 straight right now. Miami, Portland, and San Antonio. They can't beat the Spurs for the life of them.
No.
So it's a young team. You never quite know what you're going to get with a group like that. And I think you might, there's a lot of sort of those storylines. Jalen Green, Franz Wagner, draft class buddies.
Yep.
Jabari Smith, Paolo Banchero, draft class buddies. Like, you're going to get a good effort tonight. But I think it's one of those things that right now, it doesn't feel like we're just a little bit more mature. We're playing more mature basketball than that group is right now. And so I think you can come out and kind of put the hammer down.
Absolutely. One last quick key here before we duck into a break. I really want to see the emphasis on the protection of the paint tonight. This Rockets team, 51 points in the paint per game. That's top 10. Okay. 47% of their points come from the paint. They'll shoot those threes. They don't shoot hardly any mid-range buckets. Under 5% of their scores come from the mid-range.
Yep.
So I think that protecting the paint for this Magic team is crucial to getting a victory tonight, because they don't pass the ball well either. They kind of want to go ISO with one of their guys, but they don't have a Trae Young that's whipping the ball around for 15 assists a game, and they're not like the Celtics, who have a handful of guys that are averaging 4 or 5 assists.
They've got Kevin Porter Jr. That's
who's
about
a
it.
walking high. I mean, we're going to talk about some Washington high school products here soon, but he is literally a walking high school highlight with how he plays.
He's fantastic, but and that's the other part. And I'm glad you hit on the pain points, because free throws is a big thing. These are 2 teams. We're 2nd and 3rd in the league in percentage of points that come from the free throw line, and so you're going to need that interior defense. We did not have Mo Wagner last time we saw him, so I think that would help quite a bit. Obviously, the rebounding is big, but you can't let these guys get into the lane, because whether it's Green or Smith or specifically Porter Jr., Jayshawn Tate is not available tonight. He's one of the only guys who shares the basketball on this team. But Porter Jr., I'll say between he and Green, those are the big guys. If they get into the lane, they're going to be able to finish through contact, or they're smart enough to be able to get to the free throw line. So you got to keep those guys away from the hoop, and you got to keep those guys away from slamming one down and getting that building engaged, right? Like it's a young team, and so I think emotionally plays like that are going to get them going.
I will say, in my lifetime of 22 years and about 10 years of really paying attention to high school basketball, Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green are some of the 2 rawest high school mixtapes that I have seen in my lifetime. And it's very easy to end up on the wrong side of a poster versus one of those guys.
Absolutely.
Those were our keys to the game, brought to you by Kia, the official vehicle of the Orlando Magic. We're going to get to a quick break here, but when we return, we'll hear from head coach Jamal Mosley and take a look around the association. Tip-off from Houston, just about 15 minutes. We'll have it all for you right here on the Magic Audio Network.
El invierno trae consigo festividades y enfermedades. Esta temporada no dejes que el COVID-19, el VRS o la gripe arruinen tus fiestas. Protégete siguiendo los consejos de covid19.ca.gov. Un mensaje del Departamento de Salud Pública de California.
Contágiate el espíritu de las fiestas con un sorbo de Peppermint Mocha de Starbucks. Remolino achocolatado dulce y cremoso, una pizca de menta, leche al vapor y espresso. Encuentra tus felices fiestas hoy mismo en la aplicación de Starbucks.
At Walmart, you can get delicious meals that save you time and money.
Hey, honey, I picked up dinner at Walmart.
Sweet potato souffle.
Get ready to heat sides and soups, fresh salads, and other meals from our exclusive brands at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Cartier, Rolex, Gucci, Prada, Jordan, Adidas, Bottega Veneta. At eBay, it's real or it's getting the fake out. eBay's team of luxury authenticators make sure that you never get faked over. Watches inspected by watch aficionados, sneakers checked by legit sneakerheads, handbags examined by handbag connoisseurs, and jewelry in the scopes of expert gemologists. The details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal with eBay's authenticity guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
You don't ride an elevator for the music, and you don't pick an airline for the movies. So when it comes to audio entertainment, it makes sense to choose Audible. It's the home for stories told by the biggest stars, like John Hamm, Kerry Washington, and Kevin Hart. It's home to epic adventures, chilling mysteries, and can't-miss comedies. Audible is the home of storytelling. Let your imagination soar with audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Start a free trial at audible.com.
A holiday fruitcake flavor that won't sit in the fridge? It's here. Grab new limited edition Mountain Dew Fruit Quake at Dollar General and get 2 20-ounce bottles for $4. Stop by your DG and let's make fruity flavor happen while supplies last.
The non-stop crunching, the constant munching. Cheez-It Snapped are the snack you can't resist. Made with 100% real cheese inside and out. They're thin, crispy, and cheesy, and so good, we may run out of cheese. Just kidding, that's not a thing. Cheez-It Snapped. Pick some up at a grocery store near you.
'Tis the season for giving. And what's better than giving more to everyone you love? With Celebrations Passport from 1-800-Flowers.com, I can enjoy unlimited free shipping on everything, from flowers to gourmet gifts across their entire family of brands, which means sharing more with the special people in my life, now and all throughout the year. Shop 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart and share holiday joy today.
Are you ready? The Christmas countdown's on at JCPenney. Through Saturday, use your coupon and dash away with very merry savings on last-minute gifts across the store, like fine jewelry stocking stuffers up to 70% off after coupon, and save up to 50% on comfy, stylish outerwear for the whole fam. Add curbside pickup to make your trip extra quick. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 12/24. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
The amount of focus that it takes, the level of concentration, game by game, that's it's going to take to win. I think that's what we've just been learning is how to win and how to approach every game with a fresh mindset. And so I think to be able to finish this road trip 3-1, I think would be huge.
Welcome back to Magic Tonight, presented by Papa John's. That was Paul Banchero today. When asked about the potential of finishing out this 4-game road trip with a 3-1 record, and not only that, but following it up with being a part of a 6-game winning streak, there was a time for this Magic team where just winning 3 of 4 in general seemed like a crazy concept with the 5-20 team that we once knew, and it was good. This team caught some momentum. They started with winning a couple games at home. Then they pick up 2 quality wins on the road, and then the winning streak ends with a 1-point loss to another good team in Atlanta. This is something that winning teams, they have to be capable of winning these 3 out of 4 games and getting through these road trips and not having it ruin your record. Obviously, the Magic are playing some catch up. But this is something that I think if they can pull this out tonight and they can say that they've done it, they can carry on throughout the season. Because when you look at it, they're 2.5 games out of the play-in, 5.5 out of a playoff spot. So the Magic definitely still have plenty to play for. But Coach Mosley talked about how they just go game by game, and he talked about that mentality with our David Steele earlier today. David's chat with coaches presented by Simply IOA. Online insurance in an instant. Request a quote from simplyioa.com/magic today.
Coach Mosley, your ball club coming off a tough loss in Atlanta the other night. Even though it was disappointing, it seemed like the players were still somewhat encouraged with the way the game ended, and you came back from a significant deficit, didn't win the game, but still, what's been the level of optimism still with your ball club?
I think there's a huge level of optimism. Our guys are really understanding and believing what it takes, we talk about getting over a certain hump, and they're understanding the plays within the game that, how they impact the game down the stretch.
Looking at how Marquette Cal has approached the game on both ends of the floor. How valuable has his defensive play been during this nice stretch?
I mean, it's been great. You know, his ability to navigate over and unders on pick and rolls, rebounding the basketball, you know, having a big guard out there, you know, just changing the game, and how he's able to apply pressure and play with active hands defensively has been great.
It's been impressive, really, to see everybody down the bench contributing. That's been given an opportunity with Kevon Harris and Admiral Schofield able to deliver big minutes for you. How big is it for the confidence of your entire roster when they see those guys come in and contribute?
It's huge. I think it just goes back to the guys understanding that when your number is called, you have to be ready. It goes back to the relationship that we have with the Lakeland Magic, that we are going to do this together. For our organization, guys need to understand that when they come up and they get the opportunity to be ready to play.
Yeah, it really is a message, a strong message to the entire roster, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, you saw this Houston team back early in the season, I think just a couple of weeks in. They made 24 threes that night, had an incredible shooting night. How do you feel about the way your team, though, however, has been defending the three-point line since that time?
I think we've done a better job. You know, they came in hot, and, you know, our ability to take away the paint, you know, they shot 24 of them. We helped them out by turning the
Bogdanovich coming back into the game. 7 points, 4 rebounds for Bogdanovich. Diallo gave him some good minutes.
Yes, he did. I mean, the energy that he brought.
Milton from the left sideline floats it into Embiid. Double team by Ivy. Niang's open in the left corner, but he rattles off the shot. Rebound Stewart. Now Killian Hayes coming left to right. Behind the Duran screen, 15-foot jumper on the way is good.
They need something going on right now.
Need to get
Just
stops
on this
at this
end.
end, yeah. 60 points. Embiid kicks it up top to Harden. Niang, Ivy steals it, knocks it in front ahead. Nobody's there, so he'll just dunk it. 60-45. Good play by Ivy. Here's Harden behind the Embiid screen to the left elbow. Drops it behind his back. Little bounce pass to Embiid. Stewart blocked it, but a contact made there. 2 fouls on Stewart.